Well, since this is our initial meeting, first of all, you got to tell me where you from. Where's home for you, dog?
Dallas, Texas, man. I'm from the city of Oak Cliff.
Yes, sir.
You know, we call it the hood.
That's right.
I mean, but it's Troy. Most people call it South Dallas.
For sure.
Yeah, but I'm from Dallas, Oak Cliff, born and raised. You know what I mean? Now I kind of live out in the Rockwall area now.
Right on, yeah, right on, so. Right on. Well, give me your sports background now, because I always assume, and maybe I'm wrong for doing that, anybody that's a coach, you got some credibility in this game. At some point, you must have had that ball bouncing, or you was running on somebody's field or something. So how was it for you?
Well, what it was with me, I played basketball back in high school, but what happened, I was a troublemaker. You know, just being kind of adolescent, just being bad. You know how it is when you're young, sometimes you're out of control.
Right.
And that's what happened to me. I was pretty good at it, so I played at the park a lot. Played with a lot of grown men, and then all of a sudden, my life changed. I had kids, and things changed, so I raised 3 kids by myself, so I started teaching them sports.
For sure.
I got caught up in it, man, and from there, everything else with history just started growing from that point.
Man, I love what you said right there, because, and not that I'm rooting for, a one-parent household or nothing like that, but a lot of times, the single mothers, they get a lot of the glorification for the work that they do, raising a kid or multiple children on their own. But very rarely do we hear a man, particularly a black man, being in that position, raising those kids, man. How did you have to grow up? Was it a little quicker than usual?
Oh, real fast. Yeah. I had to grow up fast because, raising those 3 kids, having 2 daughters at the time, and trying to get out and do hair. Oh, man, that was the hardest thing in my life. I remember times I was in the shower crying because I have a ponytail up here and one down here. I was like, it just looked so bad. I get in the shower, I had to cry a little bit. I knew I had messed her hair up.
Right.
And I was like, well, she got to go with it.
Was she even old enough to know that Daddy messed my hair up? But she was
like,
thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, she was like 3rd or 4th grade, my oldest daughter. And I was like, man, I was done. After that, I had to stop being so cheap. So I find somebody that could take care of it for me. So that was one of the moments that was it was powerful for me, and it started me from growing up from that point on. Like, hey, you gotta take care of your kids, put them in a situation where they can do better, and and that's what kind of led into DC sports, where we are right now, having multiple teams in 6 different states. You know what I mean? And I think like basketball got like 187 teams. Then we got volleyball teams, we got baseball, we got soccer, we got track.
Y'all got golf too, right?
Golf too, man. Special golf. Golf is special. So, and then we also have been creating a deal. We got lacrosse going. We got a new guy in for lacrosse. So it's starting to grow, man. It's just fun. You know what I mean? So we enjoy it, doing it with a nonprofit organization, and we make it work.
Erica, who's a friend of the both of ours, she really spoke highly of you, and she's the one that linked us up.
Correct.
And she told me that in the beginning of the DC Kings and Queens organization, it was Texas based strictly, right?
Correct.
How did the process, if process is the right word, how did you all end up branching off into different territories? How does that process work?
Well, we end up as I was going, I started meeting more people, because we would play in Oklahoma, we played Missouri, we played everywhere, different states, Vegas. I can't remember where we hadn't been. Put it like that. We Atlanta, so you start meeting people, and you start getting them what you doing, and we start talking about building in other states, and so that's kind of how we start growing. And then once we start building, it just started taking off. Like in the city of Oklahoma, we started building teams there slowly but surely. When I first met Mr. Eric, you know what I mean, years ago. So that's how we kind of started. But it's been good, man. I mean, I can't complain about what we've done. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's a blessing. When I say we, it's a we thing. It's not a me thing. I'm here speaking for the program, but the program is not me. It's everybody that's involved. It's bigger than one person. It's just,
for sure.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm here or not, it's gonna go on.
And they say if you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, you got to go with some other people.
That's right. Right.
Was this your brainchild initially?
Yeah. What I did was, me and a partner of mine back in the day, we started the boys, and we kind of kept playing. My daughter, like I said, my daughter started playing. I was like, I don't really want to coach girls. But I say, forget it. So I branched off, and the boys was the Kings.
Right.
So I said, we'll be the DC Queens. I wouldn't even take DC at first. I was like, I was just gonna be the Queens. So I ended up starting. I said, well, we'll go ahead and be the DC Kings, the DC Queens. And so, because it was a community, a black community where the slaves were kept at. So that community is called Douglas Community. So that's where the DC came from. And so after that, we built a little logo, and just one of the girls in the neighborhood helped me with the logo, and me and my partner Terrence helped us with the logo, and we just started going from there. And we just put the D and the C in the logo, and it just started moving. Yeah, it started moving, man. And like I say, it was a blessing from the good Lord. You know what I'm saying? I don't never get this thing twisted because, like I said, I can't do nothing by myself. You know what I'm saying? So all the people, but we started that, and a lot of people now ask me what DC stand for. And we in so many different states. I just say Diamond Cut because it's hard to have people understand if I say a community in Plano where the slaves were kept and blah blah blah. I have to give everybody a spiel.
A little too deep.
Yeah, it's just too deep. So if you kind of want to know, you just go look it up and kind of see what it is because all the history is there.
And I was getting ready to ask that question. I'm glad you took me right there. Now, do you all make attempts to get that meaning, the understanding of that meaning of the title to your athletes, or is it?
Yeah, we kind of let them just figure it out on their own if they into it. Because sometimes people ask, some people don't ask. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost hard because if you're in Oklahoma, you don't know this community. You know what I mean? But the DC to most people is just a brand because they see the logo. You know, they see this logo and so they like, okay, we understand what that is. We know that's the DC Queens basketball, DC King, but to me, it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? When I know the history of it, and I hope a lot of people start looking up the history of it, you know what I mean, and understanding what it is, because it's hard to just say Diamond Cut. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, people ask me all the time what it stands for.
Diamond Cut, oh, that's cool.
Okay, I just keep it, because
keep moving.
It's so much going on, but then also, that community gave me a free gym to practice at. You know what I mean? For years, I practiced there. The city of Plano gave us a van to drive around to kind of help us out. We had a bunch of low-risk kids at risk, youth at risk, what we was calling it. So low-income kids, you know, at the time. And most of the kids in that community don't have that money to play in tournaments and do that stuff. So we had so much backing from the city of Plano. You know, I got to give them that. They helped us out and kind of helped that community grow. And so I just been moving ever since, but now, like I said, it's expanded, so it's everywhere. But it's fun, man. Trust me, it's a deal where you jump in. We like a family. That's why I say there is no I, or there is no me, and I just don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in this program like a family. I don't care if you're in golf, you're in track, you're in football, you're in baseball, whatever sport you playing. We see each other. We like a big old family. And you can be in Oklahoma. We might not know you. The other people might not know who you are. But they see you playing in that with that logo, they come over there and tighten up with you. You know what I mean? That's
a beautiful thing, man.
We had one in Vegas. One of our teams out of West Texas was in Vegas. And the other team from Waco, Texas, which is on the other side of the world, because they in Amarillo. And they was in Vegas. So and the other team was out of Waco, which is going toward Austin and, you know, San Antonio. And they met up there. And even though each other, two guys met, the West Texas team was getting into it with another team.
You got to look.
And all the other DC people came over like, what's going on? You know, now we got to have this. And they didn't even know each other. But he was like, man, the guy that was coaching the team at the time, he was 25.
Oh, young kid.
So he young, and these parents coming at him from the other team and up there in Vegas, and he kind of like, he didn't know what to do. Yeah, like, hold up. You know what I mean?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, but my other coaches from Waco, they was like, nah, we're not going to have none of this. We're going to figure this thing out. We're going to keep it moving, but we're not going to have nobody charging our coach up and, you know, treating him like this. Cause he's young. So they were older. They were like in their late 30s. They're like, nah, we're not going to have it. So the next day, they came to his game to make sure everything was settled.
Yeah.
And after that, he called me. He's like, Coach, I don't even know them, man. He said, I was so appreciative of them coming to help me out. Cause he said, man, to be honest, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? But he up there with older people, so, you know, and he young. So, you know how older people sometimes
can be. They'll
be
a little hard to deal with.
Yeah, because you're young. They feel like they can tell you what to do.
Yeah. So, and in the spirit of competition, everything is heightened.
Oh, man. It goes up. It goes up. So.
And speaking of that word competition, when you guys first got started, did it take a minute for you all to get competitive? Was it slow treading in the beginning?
Yeah, it was slow tread, man. When we first started to get we started out just playing. We wasn't trying to be competitive. We was just playing around in like rec leagues and stuff. Then we started playing the tournament, but we was practicing so much we had a free gym.
There you go. So that's so hard to come by. Man.
It made life so easy. Then, you know, I mess around. My team excelled. Our boys was pretty good, so they went over. We started trying to do this Adidas stuff. Like, and I was like, man, we don't need to. I was telling my partner, we don't need to do Adidas. You know what I'm saying? I can buy my own shoes. You know, that's the way I felt back then, because I believe in the Master P way. You know what I mean? Like, you get out here and grind, you can do whatever you want to do. So that was always like an idol to me, the way Master P done things. And so I would tell my partner, we don't need these guys to they can do Adidas, because I'm not. That stuff is blind to me, because I don't believe in doing things. I got to have a certain pair of shoes to be able to play basketball.
And on top of that, you want to make sure. I'm pretty sure you thought of this too. You want to maintain control of your own operation too.
That's right. And
when people give you something,
they think you owe them something. You know what I mean? You got to do what they say. I'm not that type of dude.
Right.
I want to do what's best for my kids. What's best for your kids might not be best for my kids. You know what I mean? So that's the way I took everything. So anyway, that's how we kind of, kept it going like that. And if we start playing more competitive, we tried all that stuff and started having kids be successful, having opportunities to go to school. And once that happened, it just opened the doors because people were seeing we do. They were watching the girls grow, the boys grow so fast. But like I say, that free gym, we was practicing, and getting better. Yeah, putting the work in, and it paid off. And so that's why like I say, we're here now, still moving. So we just blessed to keep moving.
For sure.
Yeah.
Two things I want you to tell me the difference in your opinion, coaching versus running a program or running an organization.
Well, coaching to me is easier.
Yeah,
Coach, if I was to show you my phone, because like I said, we got so many sports.
Sure.
And everybody in the program, I deal with everybody. Like we have directors in different areas. So like in Oklahoma, we got a director. Waco, it depends on what part of Oklahoma. If you're in Ardmore, we got a lady down there to take care of everything. If you're in Oklahoma City, we got people up there, a lady to take care of things up there. And then in Waco, we got a director. Amarillo, we got a director. Dallas, we got a director. Mansfield, outskirts of Dallas, Plano, like you got directors, so they kind of control the teams. You know what I mean? Like the director, just say Waco, he got 9 teams.
Right.
He controlled everything, but it come through. I don't have to deal with everybody in the program. I deal with those guys, but those are like brothers to me. We talk so much on the phone all the time, like we just became family. So
right.
It helps though, but it's hard because I'm on the phone 24/7 dealing with tournament people because we run tournaments. Oh man, I can't even explain it to you. Trust me.
Is it just one phone still, or you got two now?
I got one. I'm still trying to hang with that one, but I'm at a point where I got to get rid of one and just use one for business.
Right.
And then we do our own manufacturing of all our uniforms and all that stuff. So it's hard, man. You know what I mean? It's hard. So
do y'all keep the same colors?
Yeah,
from region to region.
We run red. I mean orange, royal blue, gray, and black and white, and then we got some. Everything is changing now, so we got some galaxy colors because the boys in New York, they're ahead of us right now. So
right.
The stuff we looking at now, New York been doing it for 2 years, like the galaxy uniforms. So, and then we kind of watch the NBA and kind of pattern our stuff after what they doing, try to keep up. So we still stay our colors, but we'll change and put it in a miscellaneous category where you can order online the miscellaneous uniform or the galaxy uniforms are different colors and got all that crazy stuff. But I'm not gonna worry. But
I'm cool.
The youngsters
kids,
they like that stuff.
I guess we gotta stay current with it.
Yeah, that's all. So
now I'm a product of AAU basketball. I mean, this is one of the most unforgettable experiences that I had as a kid. And I would remember having some teammates that would we may be together for a couple of years and then they'll decide, or their parents decide they want to take them to another program, go do something else. And I would hear all the time, hey man, this is how it goes, this is the business. But I would see my coaches from case to case, they would take it a little rougher sometimes. If a kid that they really invested a lot into, poured into on a personal level, and then a kid gets to a point to where the parents think, okay, you can't do nothing else for him. I'm gonna thank you, but we're gonna go somewhere else. How do you deal with that now with so many years in the game? I know you've dealt with some players coming and going. How you do that, man?
That's part of it. I mean, I've been in it so long now that I'm, like I say, you become numb to that type of stuff. So I got kids, and I'm real partial to kids. When I meet kids and I start them from 3rd grade, 2nd grade on up and grow with them,
yes, sir.
I build a relationship with them, like you said, be personal. It's more than high school, because high school they have you 3 or 4 months, and then you gone. But we have them all year round, and we sleeping in hotels, at the same hotel rooms. We got, we having cookouts,
Oh, yeah.
And so you become closer to the families and stuff. Yeah, become family. So it hurts a little bit when it happens, but you got to keep moving. But now, after the last 5 or 6, 7 years with me personally, myself, it don't faze me no more because I don't let myself get caught up in personal situations. I feel like kids, you got an opportunity to do whatever you think is best for your kids. So my motto is, do what you think is best for your kid. I don't care. We can still be partners, but you think this guy over here is better, go over there and try that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of dude I am, because at the end of the day, I know I done put work in with you for a long time. If you make it something better for yourself, I'm happy for that. As long as I know I try to do what I can to help you. So I don't get caught up in it, because kids gonna leave. You know what I mean? That's part of this game. When you lose one, you gonna gain 5. That's the only difference about it. With a program like such as what we got, we gain them, we lose them. That's just part of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter where we at. We gonna lose some kids.
Sure.
We gonna gain some too at the same time.
Uh-huh. Ain't no shortage of players in this state, man.
There's no shortage. There is no shortage of players. It just depends on where you're at now. Like you say, when you lose somebody you've been with for years, yeah, it hurt a little bit that they would leave because you feel like, oh man, all this stuff I done for you, this way you feel. But now, after so many years in the game, it changed. When you 2 or 3 years, 4 years in it, it bothers you.
Mm-hmm.
21 years, nah, it's just like the job I work at.
Yeah.
It don't bother me no more because now I'm older. Like at 15 years ago, what somebody said would bother me. Now it don't bother me. I'm a different person. You know what I mean? You just change as you get, as you go.
Grow.
So yeah, as you grow, it's just growth. Period. It's growth. That's exactly what it is. So
how do you handle it when a kid leaves and then sometime down the line they decide they want to come back?
See, my rule is I let you leave the first time. I let you come back after the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You leave again, you can never play with me again. Not the program. I'm saying me. That's my personal.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, every parent, every coach and director, they can make their own choice of how they might let them come back 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But they call me, I'm going to say, I let them leave once. Because sometimes you got to go see that the grass not always green as you think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with us, people that left other programs come with us, they might want to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine because you got your choice. But like I say, when they do that, hey, second time, you can't come back and play with me because now it's getting it's getting disrespectful. You done left once, because then you show other people they can leave and come back and keep doing it. So
that's right. But I think what was important about that whole spiel you just gave is that, let's say if them leaving your program turned out to be a mistake, none of us are perfect. We all got to be allowed to make a mistake. Right. You know what I mean? And be given some grace that we would like to be granted if we make a mistake.
That's right.
I love that. Now let me ask you this: as a coach, what type of coach are you from a personality standpoint? And where I'm coming from with this is, Erica told me, she was like, John ain't never beat me. And she said he the type, he'll come in the gym, somebody about to get their butt kicked today. And I was like, man, I love that type of energy right there.
I talk so much noise, man. But I enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm coaching against you, I'm gonna talk noise you the whole time.
Right.
But it's never personal with me. I come out to you after the game and say, Coach, you know what? I'm just talking noise. I'm just having fun. It's never personal. If I offended anybody by talking, I apologize. People like, nah, man, because people know me from doing that anyway. But I tell you, I'm gonna bust in your head.
Yeah.
I just talk noise. That's to get me crunk and get the girls hype for the boys. But it's just for fun. It's never personal with me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I enjoy doing that. But I do it all the time. Like Eric and them, I talk so much noise. They had to shut up.
That primetime organization, they talk noise too now. So
that's what I'm saying. They talk a lot of noise, but I make them shut the gym down because I be in there talking so much noise. And I'm the type, I like to clown a little bit to get the crowd into it. Yeah. Once I get the parents into it, it's on.
Oh yeah.
So I be like, Ref, you know you're in trouble now. I whisper in the ear like, why you doing this? I say, you did in trouble.
You did it. Yeah. It ain't my fault.
Yeah, but it's just fun though, man.
I love to see that because beforehand, until the game is over, people are looking like, man, what's going on with this dude? And then I love that element of, oh man, it might get out of hand. But then it's like, nah, ain't that gonna happen. We just playing basketball.
Coach, I'll never let it get out of hand. I walk out and say, look, parents, I'll stop it in a minute. Like, no, I do this for fun. This is just energy for me and my team. Trust me, I'm not trying to get nobody hurt. I'm not against nobody. I'm not gonna yell at no kid. I get on the kids myself, but I'm not gonna talk about other people's kids and stuff like that. Just my team, what they need to be doing. But oh man, I enjoy it, Coach. That's the fun thing about AU, because one thing about it, we don't have to go turn ourselves in the next day to the principal and say, I cussed, I said this, I did that. In high school, they can't do that. Right. You got to go to talk to the board. Why did you get a text?
Yeah,
I get texts all day long. I tell the rep, I'm not sitting down. I don't care what you better.
What'd you say? You better toss me. I got 3 more things I want to throw at you because I know you got to roll. Number one, what's your preference? I know this is maybe a dangerous question. Coaching boys or coaching girls? And if there is no preference, what are the differences in those? My
preference personally, and I know this hurt, you know what I'm saying, because, I got a little boy. He's 2 years old. Man, I like girls. I'm telling you, the reason why I like girls, because they listen. You don't have to, nobody's trying to be LeBron James.
Right.
They'll pass the ball. They not trying to score. They don't care who score.
Right.
Yeah, I like that because I don't want to be out here coaching you and you in your head, your dad done told you I'm going to give you $25, you hit 50 points.
Yeah.
So you're shooting every ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now I got to fight with you.
Yeah, I got to fight with you to get you to stop doing crazy stuff. So girls 9 times out of 10, they parents will get a little rowdy too.
Mm-hmm.
But girls will listen to you. If you tell them to make an L, they're going to make an L every time, whether it's there or not.
Yeah, not.
They going to do it.
They don't improv.
No, they going to do exactly what you say. But
right.
One thing about girls, like I say, girls, I'm partial to them because they listen. And then you can teach them how to play the game. Like you can work on their skills and you can see them develop. Mm-hmm. A lot of times boys out there just doing all kind of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So that kind of bothers me. So it's hard for me to coach boys. And I got 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to a game to watch one of my sons here in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
But I watch that game. I can sit in the stands and watch him play. And I just be like, man, it's hard to just sit there. Because I don't say nothing because I'm more relaxed now. I don't say nothing because they hard hit anyway.
Yeah.
And everybody want to say the coach say, nah, the coach ain't telling them to do that. They do that on their own.
On their own.
That's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? To me, and people get mad at them, but I like coaching girls. You know what I mean? We got some coaches, they like boys. They don't want to deal with girls. You know what I mean? Because it's like watching paint glue. I'm telling you this, coach, if LeBron James is playing, I'm watching Connecticut. I really see the girls play.
Yep.
That's just me. I like to see the girls. I don't want to watch the boys if the girls playing.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm just into the girls, so
they play good basketball. I don't care what nobody say, man. If you know what you're watching, you know good basketball.
That's right. They'll swing the ball. They'll run the play. The boys they ad-lib a lot. The boys, so they're gonna do whatever they want to do.
They're going off script quick.
Oh man, trust me. So.
Now the other one is. You do a lot year round. Y'all are dialed in. You're coaching. You're doing something related to the DC Kings Queens program. How do you avoid burning yourself out? What are your hobbies away from sports, if there are any?
I don't really have none. So. And you know, for me, I had like I say, raised my kids in it by myself, 3 kids. So I got so caught up in it. It's like it's a lifestyle for me now. You know what I mean? So when I leave this earth, you know, when the good Lord take me away from here, I feel like I'm going to be done with this. That's the only time I'll be done. Even if I stop coaching and have to sit at home, I'm still going to be involved some kind of way if I'm 80 years old. Because if I make it that far. You know what I mean? If I make it that far, because I enjoy it and this is my life. So to me, it's a lifestyle. So I tell my parents, if you're not, because I practice and play every day. You know what I mean? I'm at the gym 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And also trying to juggle a family. It's tough. But you know what I'm saying? It's when you come into this situation, you also have to know that a person of what I'm doing, it takes that much time in order to be successful in what you're doing. And I feel like being successful is being with people that want to do the same thing. Not basing my success off how many teams we got or how many that, just the people that's involved in doing things is what I'm doing, like want to be here. So, because I got a lot of coaches, man, that's tied up in this thing 24/7, just like me. They coach high school, they coach basketball, and summer ball. It's rough. And, you know, it's rough on families, but your wives and your kids, they understand it's what you do 24/7. So I hope I'll be around for a little while.
Yeah, to see the fruits of that labor keep prospering.
Oh man, trust me.
Now here's the last thing I'll ask you. I ask all my coaches this particular question. I call it all due disrespect. All right? Yeah. Meaning we all have competed long enough to have a game where we lost, where we felt like we should have won. And even to this day, it don't sit right. So if you could think back in the archives, one of the matchups that one of your teams played that you lost and you knew you should have won, and if you could go back and run it back, which one would that be?
Probably the one when my daughter then was playing. We was up in San Diego playing against John Stockton's daughter.
Okay.
Oh man, I was so mad because I walked out the gym after the game. I was teed out, boy. Oh man, but we had them girls, man. We were beating them the whole time. Then in the last few seconds of the game, they let this girl come down and hit a 3 and crushed us, man. I'm talking like with 2 seconds left on the clock.
What age group was that, Coach?
They was 14, 15, like that age.
So it was real then.
Oh man, I was sick. They were 14, 15 years old. Cause my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter was 15. My youngest daughter was 13. Cause she played up on that team, and we ended up losing that game, man. All I know, I grabbed my stuff and walked. I was so mad. I got on. We had a Winnebago we had rented
Okay.
And so, man, RV or whatever, I went and got on that thing, man. I started, and I was just sitting in the seat. The girls walking, getting on the bus. I just.
They could feel it, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could feel. They didn't say nothing to me. Everybody was quiet all the way back to the hotel. Even my coach, I was so hot because I was talking so much trash.
Oh, that's what it was.
That got me, coach. I was mad too. And John Stockton was like, she can't score. Y'all stay in front of her. She can't score over. I'm just saying it. And the girl was like, okay. And then, man, that girl hit a 3 on us.
Wow.
I was sick, coach. It crushed me. Everybody jumped up. It's like I could feel everybody on that crowd like, that's what you get.
That's
you know
what
what I mean? They gave it to me.
Even if they didn't say it, you felt it.
I felt it.
Nothing,
Yeah.
No post-game speech for the girls or nothing, huh?
No, I kept
I'm
on
out.
going. I left. I was hot, man. I was in my feelings that day.
Yeah.
So
You
that
got
was
it,
one
man.
of them.
Man.
So
I love to hear that, man. Well, listen, I know you got to go. You got to go coach and got to go watch basketball, but it was definitely nice meeting you, brother.
You too, sir.
Much respect to you and what you do. Continued success with your program. I know you're going to keep blossoming and blooming and all that good stuff, and maybe we'll reconnect for a little longer down the road.
sound good, man. I appreciate it, man.
No doubt about it. Thanks.